everyone, this is Sarah from Soul Heart Intuitive Coaching. Hope you're having a great weekend. As you may have noticed, I'm releasing this a little bit early so that you can hopefully look at it before the transits actually happen or before you're right in the midst of that energy. So, what do you need to know this week? Mercury is going to be going direct. This will help in terms of your last minute travel plans, and it will also help in terms of finishing up that last minute shopping before the holidays. The Sun in Sagittarius is also going to square Neptune in Pisces on December 18th. So there's going to be some opportunity there for daydreaming. So try not to get really lazy with any last minute tasks that you need to do before the holidays. And the Sun is going to enter Capricorn on December 21st. So we're going to have the winter solstice coming up here. And we're going to enter into this new energy portal of Capricorn energy and work and diligence and enjoying the holiday season. But that's not why you're here. Why you're here is to hear about what might be in store for your sun or rising sign. So pay attention. Again, this is the energy for the week from December 15th to the 21st. So let's get started. Like always, we're going to start with Aries. Aries, your card is Be Still. Cultivate a space of stillness and silence to just be. That's necessarily something that you're known for is your stillness, but you can't always be on the go. Sometimes you have to take a little bit of rest. And this week could be a good opportunity for you to rest, to go within, to be still. That stillness for a lot of people can be really uncomfortable, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be uncomfortable. Stillness can provide us with answers that we might not get otherwise. So sit with the stillness, be still, take some time for yourself and see what happens as a result of that. Taurus, you can do hard things. It's not as impossible as it may feel. Taurus, you're not necessarily good with change. And as a result of that, it may seem like you are having to work harder or do things in a way that isn't necessarily working for you right now. You can make this shift. You can make this change. It will be easier if you allow the change to unfold than if you keep fighting it. You can do this. Just because you have this idea that it could be hard doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be hard or that you can't do it. You can absolutely do it. So, Taurus, you can do that hard thing this week. You can take that step. You can change the trajectory of things that you might have thought that you could before. Gemini, yours is run wild. Let your inner child run forth. This is a time for you, Gemini, to be really curious and unleash that curiosity out to the world. If somebody asks you a question and you don't know the answer to it, maybe this is a time when you look it up and you see what information is out there regarding that. Or maybe you just be carefree and you go outside and you run. And if it's winter like it is here in Maine, then maybe you go out and you run in the snow and you just let your child at heart out. There's any number of possibilities for you, but let that inner child out this week. Cancer, today is the day. It is time to begin the journey. Cancer, you may have been delaying, putting off starting something new or making some sort of change. This is the time for you to make that change. This is the start to your new chapter. It might not seem like it yet, but that new chapter for everybody is coming. We've got a lot of planets that are moving into Aries at the beginning of the year, and the North Node will hit the zero Aries point on January 11th. So the new change is coming. Cancer, I think you need some time to prepare yourself for that change. And so that's why you're getting kind of this warning ahead of time that that change is coming. And today is the day. Today is the day that you need to seize and you need to harness that energy. This is the time for you to let that out and for you to go, okay, I'm going to make this change. I'm going to make this adjustment. You need time to mentally prepare yourself. And by telling yourself that today is the day, you kind of take away the anxiety and anything else that might be going with that. So, Cancer, seize the day. Today is the day. Leo, yours is set boundaries. Claim your power and know your value today. You may have an idea of this already, Leo. Power isn't necessarily something that you're not familiar with, and even in regards to yourself. But you may not have been utilizing it in the right way, especially with Mars retrograde in your sign. Mars retrograde, there's a tendency sometimes to inflict things inward as opposed to taking action outward. This isn't a time for you to do that. This is a time for you to set boundaries and to stick by them. Setting boundaries doesn't necessarily always have to mean what you might think it means. Setting boundaries can be something that's good for you. It can be doing something that is in your highest and best good that you might not have thought of otherwise. It's taking time to value your self-worth, and to stand up for something that you truly believe in, which is yourself. You need to have the best relationship with yourself. Nobody else is as close to you as you are. So harness that energy and be good to yourself, know your worth, and set your boundaries so that you can stand by that. Virgo, yours is get lost. Fall deep into the realm of imagination. So, Virgo, there's some energy this week to help you with that. It's not something that you're the best at. You tend to prefer to have your checklist. This is an opposition to the energy that you would normally uh, harness. Take the opportunity of that Neptune still being in Pisces and daydream and drift and let your imagination run wild. You don't know what will come out as a result of you letting that imagination run wild this week. You could get some brand new idea, or something else will just take you off on a different path. It's okay to take that different path. It's okay to take a time out and to just let your mind drift. So, Virgo, let your mind drift this week and use your imagination and see what comes up. Libra, yours is find your haven. There is a place of wonder waiting just for you. This is a time for you, Libra, to just see what's out there. You don't always have to do everything for everybody else. You can do something that's for yourself. You can find a place where you want to be, a place where you can spend your time, a place where you can go to relax, to recollect, to readjust and reframe yourself so that you can have the best energy for yourself and for other people. It's important that you take time for yourself and not always give everything to everybody else. And because of that, you may have been doing too much for other people, and you need to find some space for you. So take some time this week and find that space for you where you can allow yourself to truly shine and get the energy that you need so that you can go forward and you can continue in this holiday season. Scorpio, accept what is. The act of acceptance will bring peace. Again, acceptance isn't necessarily something that's easy for you. You prefer to stick with the tried and true, and you have a set idea of what you think needs to happen at any given time. But acceptance doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. Acceptance can mean that you simply accept something for what it is. And it's as simple as that. It's mental game. And this is what you need to focus on this week is that mental game. Get to a point where you can accept this situation for whatever it is. And eventually you will find peace. But how do you find acceptance in that? Well, that's up to you, Scorpio. Acceptance can be any number of things. It can mean shifting your mindset so that you can get to that place of peace. It can mean distracting yourself with other things so that you can forget about it. And maybe that's a way for you to accept. Whatever works for you is the path that you need to take, but acceptance is the key, and that will equal you finding peace on your journey ahead. Sagittarius, you are wanted. There is a home waiting within. You tend to be very outward expressing, Sagittarius. You're always seeking, whether it's religion, philosophy, or just some sort of ideal. But this is a time for you to go within. So seek within. There's something that you're missing that's within yourself. Once you're able to figure out what that is, then you can truly be at home within yourself. And that is the key for you right now, finding that home within yourself. And then once you've done that, then you can project that light out into the world. But you first need to go within. So do some seeking within this week. Capricorn, you know the way. Trust your intuition on this journey. That might not be something that you expect to hear, that you already know the answer, but you need to trust yourself. There's a path that you're headed down, and you may know that it's right or you may know that it's wrong. But you need to trust yourself. You need to trust yourself. You need to trust the intuitive hits that you are getting. There is a reason that you're receiving them. Again, we're at this precipice point where things are going to shift and things are going to change. And you need to trust that, but that's still some time out. But you can start your journey now. Learn to trust yourself this week. There's nothing more important than trusting yourself and your own intuition. Aquarius, yours is review your responsibilities. Not all responsibilities are ours to hold. This card has come up for a few over the last few weeks. This is a time for you to review what is on your to-do list. It could be in regards to the holidays. It could be in regards to just life in general. But you have responsibilities out there that might not be serving you. This is a time for you to look at those responsibilities, to examine them and see what brings you joy, what brings you happiness, what moves you forward in a direction that you need to go in. And if that responsibility doesn't serve your highest and best good, then maybe it's time to hand it off or to let it go and send it to somebody else. This is a time for you to examine. Mercury retrograde, it has come to an end as of Sunday, and it's important for you to take the information that you've learned over that time period and start to implement it. So review your responsibilities this week, Aquarius, and see what you can get rid of. And Pisces, you are enough. You do not have to give more. You are giving everything that you have to give right now, Pisces. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to give more, except that what you are doing is enough. Who you are is enough. And sometimes there's nothing more satisfying than knowing that you are doing everything that you possibly can and then learning to accept that that is enough. So again, I'm Sarah from Soul Heart Intuitive Coaching. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. If it has, I would love to hear from you. Please comment below, or I'd love to start a dialogue with you. I'm currently offering 30 and 60-minute sessions. You can find me at www.soulheartintuitivecoaching.com. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I hope that you enjoy your week. And I hope that this video has given you some information and some guidance to help you as we navigate through these uncertain times. Enjoy the holiday season as it approaches. A lot of us spend so much time running around trying to get everything done that we don't sit back and relax. And like I have said the last few weeks, make sure that you are kind to each other. Kindness is something that is desperately needed in our society right now and something that not enough people give it to each other. So be kind. You never know what somebody else is going through. So again, I'm Sarah from Soul Heart Intuitive Coaching, and I will talk to you soon.